Hey, welcome to Tacoma. Just out cruising around tonight, and beautiful day out. Just riding around thinking about what the perfect motorcycle stable is. Now, I think motorcycles are kind of like guns. You know, there's not a perfect tool for every job, and the tools that you have in your tool case are going to be different depending on where you ride and what you ride and how often you ride and how far you ride. But if you consider all the different types of riding you do, you know, you're going to have a list of types of bikes that you got to have. And for me right now, those bikes are plated dual sport bike, a plated dirt bike, a dual sport bike, and a 2-up highway bike. And eventually, you know, I say eventually, and someday, we'll just call it someday, that 2-up bike, long distance highway bike that I have is the CB500X. And you know, someday the idea would be to replace that with something better, you know, better for 2-up or better for long highway slogs, or you know, better in some way. But I'm pretty happy with this bike. I think it's a winner. This says it's closed and do not enter. Should I do it anyway? Yeah, why not? Yeah, I mean, I think a cruiser bike would be like the one that's missing from my arsenal. Is you know, a bike that I can just bar hop, and you know, my buddy calls it ass candy. You know, this just something that looks good, shiny. Don't ride it in the wet. You know, keep it clean. Look at it in the garage. You know, it's never going to get 1,000,000 miles on it because it's just you know, for doing a little putt down to the waterfront, checking out the scene, you know. And that's probably something, just an experience you have to have, is that bike. No other pretense to it other than looking good, having some power, you know, nothing, maybe not wheelie power, but you know, something that's got that, you know, smoke the back tire torque and looking good. I don't know, what bikes would that be for me? I mean, I thought for a while there, when that Sportster 72 came out, looking all low rider and metal flake green, spoked rims, I thought, you know what, as soon as those things are $5,000, I'm gonna get one. Then they were $5,000, and I was like, you know what, I'd rather have this, you know, I'd rather think about this KTM 150 two-stroke enduro bike. And yeah, I didn't end up getting either one, but you know, I had an opportunity one time and I missed by, like, I called the guy up and I wavered, you know. I said, hey, what do you want for that bike, you know? And he said, oh, you know, it's I got it listed for $5,000. I got some offers already. And he had a plated 150 KTM XCW with like skid plate and hand guards and, you know, all the protection parts on it, and for $5,000, dude. And I wavered and I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to think about it. And then I called him back like 2 hours later and he was like, sorry dude, sold. That's the one that got away. And I've been kicking myself over that. So if you see something you gotta have, you just go get it, you know what I'm saying? You can't wait, especially on Craigslist. There's no love, you know what I'm saying? If you think you gotta wait a week, you change your schedule and you go ahead and put your hitch rack on your car and go right now. Say, I'll be up there tonight. What time? Because you know, it's hard to live with yourself when you let one get away like that. And I think that one was a gem. And you know, and I think I had the KLX300 at that point, but I was looking at all these plated dirt bikes going, dude, these would be rad, you know. and I don't know if I would have liked it as much. You know, I'd probably be on like doing pistons and stuff by now, but the KLX is basically a street engine, so I just think about check the air filter every 6 months or once a year, depending on how much I ride it, and do the oil change, you know, once a year, put fresh oil in it, maybe not even the filter every other time or something. And you know, that's basically what they tell you to do with this Honda is oil every year, filter every other oil change, and that's it. So, but you know, I'm off topic again. What other bikes would fill that role? I think that new Rebel 1100 might fill that spot in my heart, because that thing looks like it's got some muscle, and it's not like every other bike on the market, you know, not like every other cruiser. There's some of those big baggers. I like that, you know. I'd have a big bagger, full fairing bike, you know, street glide. Everybody's got a street glide, but they're pretty cool, and that's why people have them. Or the full dresser or whatever, you know. Good thing to have. A versatile bike, good horsepower, good cruising bike, having a stereo. I mean, dude, that right there, that's the ticket. You know, I've ridden street glides, and I've ridden old Venture Royale, and it's awesome to slap the ice cube tape in the tape deck, because it's the only tape you have, and listen to that sucker on repeat for like 100 miles, and that nice cushion of air around you. Yeah, I remember the first time I rode the street glide, I said, hey, how do I get some music going? And I got on 101 down along the Hood Canal and just, yeah, I could have gone forever. That was a good experience. Anyway, I just want that experience, and I think my stable's in pretty good shape right now with the bikes I have, but you know, they're pretty much all budget bikes. You know, that KLX300 was, you know, like a $4,700 bike when it was out or something. What are they wanting it for now? $5,500 for a, you know, pretty much one of the strongest trail bikes. You know, it's not, no race pretense to it, but you know, in the right hands, I think it's a pretty capable bike, and it's got enough power to hurt yourself and enough suspension to save your buns once in a while. So I'm happy with that bike still. You know, it's kickstart only, and the headlight's not that great and stuff, but when I ride it, I go, dude, I don't care about anything but this engine and the noises it makes, and having mooses on it, and not having to worry about flats when I'm going and checking out these little trails full of broken glass and needles, and riding alleys and stuff, and you know, using any piece of concrete as a little kicker jump or whatever. And you know, having mooses is so confidence inspiring. But you know, the drawbacks are that they wear out pretty fast, and they're not really rated for you know, mashing full speed for hours, because you know, I've seen some catastrophic failures, and on your dual sport bike you don't really want that. Anyway, talk to you later, dudes.